The boring wife and the broken boyfriend. I stood in the living room, my hands shaking, as I scrolled through a year's worth of deleted messages on a secret Telegram account. My husband, the man I'd been with for 13 years, the father of my children, just stood there. He didn't even look guilty. He just looked disappointed. Disappointed that I hadn't broken yet. Disappointed that I wasn't as adventurous as the woman he'd been gossiping with about our sex life for the last 12 months. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's post is a heavy one. We're diving into a post from r/relationship_advice by user Impressive Test 1814. Before we start the OP post, please like the video. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Let's start. I genuinely do hope that you're okay, because I think I just destroyed my relationship trying to be sweet. My boyfriend and I are both 28. We've been together for 2.5 years, and honestly, I thought we were solid. The other night, we were a few drinks in. You know that vibe, comfortable, loose, feeling deeply in love. I looked at him and tried to tell him how special he was. I said, you know, you're not someone I would ever just hook up with or have a friends with benefits thing with. You're the kind of man I marry. In my head, that was the gold medal. I was saying, he's high value, he's the one. But the moment the words left my mouth, the room went ice cold. He looked distraught, distant. I realized instantly that he didn't hear, "I love you." He heard, "You're not the guy I have a wild, animalistic spark with. You're the boring, safe guy I settled for after I finished having fun with the hot ones." Deep breath, I tried to fix it. I panicked. I told him he's the most attractive man I've ever known, but he wouldn't look at me. The next morning, he told me he needed space and just left. He didn't come home for 3 days. I talked to my friends, and the guys in our circle were blunt. They said, "OP, you basically told him he's the beta option." Most men want to feel like they're both, the guy you'd devour in a heartbeat and the guy you'd marry. By separating them, I accidentally told him he was just the stability guy. When he finally came back, things were different. Even in bed, it felt like I was with a stranger. He told me he can't shake the feeling that I don't truly want him, I just need him. We're starting couples counseling next week, but my gut tells me he's already halfway out the door. And while I was drowning in that guilt, my marriage to Mike was about to hit a wall I never saw coming. So, while my boyfriend's situation was falling apart, wait, let me clarify. This is a separate, deeper look into my history and my marriage. I have to tell you about what happened with my husband, Mike. We've been married for 13 years, high school sweethearts. He's the only man I've ever been with. Last weekend, we visited his childhood friend John and his wife Leah. We've known them forever. Our kids are best friends. It was supposed to be a normal summer getaway. But Saturday night, after the kids went to bed, the fun started. Leah and John suggested we hit the hot tub and get wasted. I'm a social drinker, so I was just sipping wine, but the other three were going hard. Then Leah started talking about their spark. She casually dropped that they'd become swingers. My husband Mike, instead of looking shocked or uncomfortable, started asking questions. How do you meet people? Do you use apps? Does John get jealous? Leah turned to me. She asked if I ever felt like I missed out since I'd only ever been with Mike. I told her no. I told her I won the lottery on the first try. But she wouldn't stop. She kept hinting that I was repressed or unfulfilled. Then things got physical. Not in a sexual way yet, but in a vibe way. They got into the hot tub in their underwear. Mike did too. They kept pressuring me to join, to loosen up. to take off my clothes. I stayed in my t-shirt, feeling like prey. I finally snapped and said that another man touching me would be cheating to me, and I don't need attention from anyone else. That killed the mood. But later, Mike didn't thank me for being loyal. He got mad at me. He said I was rude and judgmental to his friends. I couldn't sleep. My husband was defending a woman who basically called me a prude to my face. I decided to call John, the husband, a few days later. I wanted to know if he knew how pushy Leah was being. John was blindsided. He had no idea Leah was recruiting us. But then, John found something. On Leah's laptop, there was a secret Telegram account. And John, bless his broken heart, sent me the logs. My husband had been talking to Leah for over a year. A whole year of secret messages. It started last spring. Leah would confide in Mike about her failing marriage and how she wanted to open it up. Mike wasn't just a listener, he was a fan. He followed the post like it was a reality show. Leah sent him selfies. She told him about her hookups with other men in the swinger community. And the worst part? Mike told her about ME. He told Leah that I'd never agree to it. He let Leah mock me. She called me boring and repressed, and Mike just let it happen. In one message, Mike admitted he was curious to see how I'd react if I were pushed. That night at the hot tub, it wasn't an accident. Mike knew what was coming. He tried to get me drunk and undressed because he wanted to see if Leah could convert me. He was using his own wife as a social experiment to satisfy his curiosity. Ugh. When I confronted him with the logs, he broke down. He said he never physically cheated. He said he shut her down when she tried to send videos. But he admitted he liked the thrill. He liked the secret world they built together, a world where I was the boring wife and Leah was the cool friend. He's begging for a chance now. He's saying, we have to stay together for the kids. But every time I look at him, I don't see the man I married. I see a man who stood by and watched a wolf try to eat his wife, just to see what the wolf would do. Here's what the community had to say about OP's double header of heartbreak. Let me share. But still, if you haven't subscribed, please like and subscribe. Comment 1. User Eat Like a Chipmunk. OP, your husband wasn't just curious. He was grooming you for a situation you never asked for. He knew Leah's intent. He knew she wanted to sleep with him and probably have you involved. By trying to get you drunk and undressed, he was essentially trying to pimp you out without your consent. This isn't a mistake. This is a calculated betrayal of your safety. If you can't feel safe in your own skin around him, the marriage is already a ghost. Comment 2. User S. Seeding. Regarding the first post with the boyfriend, words matter. To a woman, I want to marry you is the highest praise. To a man, I wouldn't hook up with you sounds like, you don't make my blood boil. You accidentally told him he's a provider, not a lover. Counseling might help, but you have a long road of rebuilding his masculinity ahead of you. You have to make him feel like a 10 out of 10 again, or he'll go find someone who makes him feel that way. Comment 3. User Hannah Anaconda 420. Mike is a coward. He let Leah disrespect his wife for a year. That's emotional infidelity. He gave another woman a front row seat to your marriage and let her throw popcorn at it. The fact that he's using the "at least I didn't sleep with her" excuse is a massive red flag. He didn't sleep with her because he was waiting for you to join so he could feel guilt-free about it. Total manipulation. All right, guys, let's talk about this. These two stories are like a masterclass in how communication can either be a bridge or a bomb. In the first case, we see how fragile the roles we play in relationships are. We all want to be the safe person, but we never want to feel only safe. The moment OP's boyfriend felt like he was just a secure investment rather than a wild desire, his foundation cracked. It's a lesson for all of us. When you compliment your partner, make sure you aren't accidentally putting them in a box they didn't ask to be in. But the second post? That's where things get dark. Mike's behavior is what we call gaslighting by omission. He kept a massive secret for a year, watched his wife get pressured and bullied by a friend, and then had the audacity to call her judgmental for having boundaries. The scariest part isn't the swinging. People can do whatever they want in their own marriages. The scary part is the deception. Mike created a team with Leah, and OP was the outsider in her own marriage. He tried to manufacture a spontaneous moment in that hot tub that was actually a year in the making. That's not love. That's a setup. Can you really come back from that? Can you ever trust a man who was curious to see you broken? OP is worried about the kids, and that's fair. But kids learn how to love by watching their parents. Do you want them to think that love is keeping secrets on Telegram and letting friends insult your mother?